let's talk about an animal that might just have the most advanced visual system on the entire planet. I'm talking about the mantis shrimp. And trust me, once you understand how this creature sees the world, you will never think about color or vision in the same way again. It all kicks off with a really simple but kind of impossible question. Now, really, give it a shot. Try to picture a completely new color in your head. Not a shade of something you know, but something totally new. It's impossible, right? Our brains just can't do it. But what if I told you there's an animal out there that's actually seeing colors you can't even begin to comprehend? Well, that animal is the mantis shrimp.
So it seems obvious. To get better vision, you just need more color receptors. More hardware means you see more colors, and that means your sight is better. But, nature is rarely that simple. The mantis shrimp throws a huge wrench in that idea, presenting this fascinating paradox.
Okay, just look at this comparison. It's wild. We humans, we get by with 3 types of color detecting cells, our cones, one for red, one for green, and one for blue. Every single color you have ever perceived is just your brain mixing signals from those 3. Now, the mantis shrimp, it has up to 16, not 4, not 5, 16 different photoreceptors. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. With more than 5 times the color channels, their world must be this incredible explosion of hues we can't even dream of. But here is the massive twist. Scientific research shows they're actually worse than us at telling apart very similar shades, like 2 slightly different yellows. So what on earth is going on here? To figure this out, we have to pop the hood and look at the biology. Because this isn't just an eye with more bells and whistles. It's an eye that's running on a completely different operating system. It's a whole new way of seeing. The eyes on a mantis shrimp are just an engineering masterpiece. They sit on these stalks that can move completely independently of each other. But what's really incredible is that each eyeball is split into 3 separate sections. This gives it trinocular vision. Basically, it has depth perception built into a single eye. We need 2 eyes to figure out how far away something is. A mantis shrimp can do it with 1 eye closed.
So the real secret sauce is this specialized strip that runs right across the middle of the eye. It's called the midband. And this thing is packed with all those extra photoreceptors. Some of them detect ultraviolet light, which is totally invisible to us. But others can see something even stranger, polarized light. Think of it as a hidden property of light, the direction its waves are vibrating. It's an entire dimension of visual information that we are completely blind to.
And this analogy just hits the nail on the head. Our vision is like mixing paint. Our brain has to take the signals from our red, green, and blue cones and do a ton of processing to figure out the exact color. It's complex. The mantis shrimp's vision? It's like scanning a barcode. It doesn't bother with all that mixing. It instantly matches a wavelength of light to one of its 16 highly specialized receptors. It's not about nuance, it's about speed. The whole system is built for pure blistering speed. Instead of our brain doing all this complicated math, for the shrimp, it's a simple, lightning-fast lookup. A certain frequency of light comes in, and bam, it hits its own dedicated receptor. The brain gets a super clean, simple message. That's color number 7. It's less about appreciating the subtle beauty of a sunset and all about making a split-second decision. All right, so we've got this incredibly fast, totally unique way of seeing the world. But what's it actually for? This is where we connect that amazing biology to the animal's behavior, and we see how this vision creates one of the deadliest predators in the ocean.
Make no mistake, mantis shrimp are ferocious predators. They generally fall into 2 categories. You have the spears, which use these spiny appendages to impale fish in the blink of an eye, and then you have the famous smashers, which have these incredible club-like arms they use to just obliterate the shells of things like crabs and snails.
And when I say obliterate, I am not kidding. The club on a smasher type accelerates so fast, it's been clocked as being as fast as a .22 caliber bullet leaving the barrel of a gun. It's so fast, it actually boils the water in front of it, creating a shockwave that can kill the prey even if the club misses. Now, to land a punch that precise, you need unbelievably good targeting. And that's exactly where those eyes come in. That single eye depth perception gives them jaw-droppingly precise targeting. But even more than that, their ability to see ultraviolet and polarized light means most camouflage is useless. A fish that's perfectly hidden to our eyes might be glowing like a neon sign to a mantis shrimp because of the way polarized light reflects off its scales. There's nowhere to hide. But this unbelievable vision isn't just for hunting, it's also for talking to each other, in a way that's almost completely invisible to the rest of the animal kingdom. A lot of mantis shrimp have these incredibly vibrant, colorful patterns on their bodies. To us, they're just pretty. But to another mantis shrimp, those are complex signals. They can flash these colors and even change the polarization of the light bouncing off their shells to send messages about territory, or mating, or danger. It's a secret, encrypted channel that most of their predators can't even see. Okay, so this all leads us to the biggest question of all. Why? Why would evolution go to all the trouble of building something so bizarrely complex, so different from almost anything else out there? Well, the answer is all about where the mantis shrimp lives. Think about a coral reef. It's got to be one of the most visually confusing places on Earth. You've got sunlight scattering through the water, colors that change completely depending on the depth, flickering shadows, and, well, everything is either trying to blend in or is brightly colored to send a warning. It is just an overwhelming sensory experience. So the mantis shrimp took a different evolutionary fork in the road. Instead of evolving a bigger, more powerful brain to sort through all that visual noise, our mixing paint method, it evolved better hardware. It put the processing power right into the eye itself. This gives its relatively simple brain clean, pre-sorted, and incredibly fast data, in a world where being a millisecond too slow is the difference between eating lunch and becoming lunch. So after all that, what's the big takeaway? What does the strange world of the mantis shrimp really teach us about vision, and maybe even reality itself? Here's the most important thing to remember. Their vision isn't necessarily better than ours. It's just radically different. It's a system that is perfectly tuned for its purpose: raw speed and detection in a chaotic world, where our system is tuned for nuance and detailed recognition. Just think about it. Their reality is filled with dimensions of light, like UV and polarization, that we are completely oblivious to. That unique perception makes them terrifyingly accurate predators. It lets them speak a secret language hidden in plain sight. Their eyes are just a perfect example of evolution building exactly the right tool for a very specific job. And maybe that's the most profound thing of all. We experience the world through our own very limited senses. The mantis shrimp is this stunning reminder that our reality isn't the only one out there. It really makes you wonder, what else is happening all around us, in languages of light and sound and vibration that we just aren't built to perceive?
If you're curious about the hidden science behind everyday moments, subscribe to Bugs to Beasts. There's always more to discover.